Hello, this is Jason Cresswell from Ask Now ETO, and this is information on the EPIK application and basically an overview of the EPIK public school job opportunity in Korea. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what EPIK is, what it's all about, and what you can expect during the process. First of all, EPIK stands for English Program in Korea, and it is a government agency that is in charge of helping find teachers to work in public schools throughout Korea. And the locations covered is pretty much everywhere except Gyeonggi province. That means Seoul, Busan, Daegu, Daejeon, Jeju Island, Incheon, everywhere except Gyeonggi, which is a different school board that recruits on their own, is covered by EPIK. So if you want a public school job in Korea, this is pretty much where your best bet is. And EPIK has a group of recruiting companies that they use as official recruiters for them, and we're happy to be one of those companies. All right, now we're talking specifically about the recruitment session for fall 2010. The first batch of arrivals they're aiming for towards the end of August, maybe the last week of August, or a little bit earlier, to come in for orientation. And the numbers are looking like about 900 to 950 teachers will be coming in for that semester. 300 of those are for Seoul, and if you look on our website on the EPIK page, you'll see the breakdown of how many teachers for each location if you're curious about that. All right. So what is the application process? The outline is, first you must submit a completed application form along with 2 letters of reference. There are other videos in this series that are going to go into detail on how to submit those documents properly. If you are applying for Seoul, there is a separate additional form and lesson plan that needs to be submitted, and there is a video on that as well. So once you have those documents completed, you submit them to us, and then we double check to make sure everything is perfect. We can't submit anything until we are sure that everything is perfect, or else the application form will be rejected and sent back to you. Once everything looks good, we send it to EPIK, and then they will give us an interview time. As long as everything looks good on the forms, then they will want to have an interview with you. The interview is anywhere between 40 to 60 minutes. What we'll do is they'll tell us the time that they want to call, and then we'll pass that on to you to confirm. And it's pretty much a one-shot deal where you have to be ready for it, or else you're going to the back of the line. So you make sure that you're available for the interview. The interview itself takes about 40 to 60 minutes. And then at the end of the interview, after, it varies depending on how busy they are. Sometimes it's a couple of days, sometimes it's a week or more. What they will do is they will update us and let us know if you have passed or failed the interview. If you pass the interview, we will then give you the instructions on how and where to send your documents. Now, the documents have to come to us for verification first. They can never go directly to EPIK. They must come through us. If your documents go directly to EPIK, then they will be rejected. So you'll send the documents to us. We'll double check to make sure everything looks good. If everything looks good with your documents, then we forward those on to the EPIK office. What they'll then do is they're going to look through many times to make sure all of your documents are meeting the standards that they've set and that everything is as outlined. And then they will look at your preference of locations. So if you said Incheon, then Busan, then Daegu, then Gyeongbuk, then Gyeongnam were your 5 locations, what they'll do first is send your information to your first choice. What did I say? It was Incheon? I don't know. Whatever your first choice was, they will be submitting it to that Office of Education, that Provincial Office of Education, and recommending you as a teacher. They're saying that you've passed the interview, you have all the documents, and you are recommended. So if there's an opening there, then you get into your first location. This is on a first come, first served basis on getting the docs in. So what you have to do is make sure to get your documents complete and sent in on time. The earlier you get your documents sent in, then the more likely you are to get the position that you desire. So your documents are verified, and then you are sent to the Provincial Office of Education. They approve you. Once they have approved you, it's a little bit of a waiting game. It's actually a pretty big waiting game. It takes quite a while. You've known that you've passed the interview, you know that you've sent your documents in, and then there is quite a gap between the time that you send your documents in and the time that the next step is, which is receiving your notice of appointment and contract from EPIK. It is kind of a process where a lot of people start to get nervous in there. Am I going to get placed? Am I not going to get placed? What we can tell you is pretty much if you've made it this far, then yes, you're getting placed. It's just you have to kind of be patient and wait it out a little bit. And if you're able to do that, then before you know it, you will get the notice of appointment in the mail. It is sent via FedEx to you by us usually, sometimes by EPIK, but we will send you the instructions on what to do with that. You will get the notice of appointment, which is a piece of paper, and that you bring to your local Korean consulate. When you bring that to the local Korean consulate, you get special treatment because you're an EPIK teacher. They don't usually do the additional interview at the consulate because they know how thorough EPIK is with their hiring process. Thus, they just stamp your visa, and at that point, you will be booking the flight. We help you with the booking information, but there's a specific date that EPIK wants you to arrive. Everybody arrives at the airport on the same time, so we help you coordinate that. Yes, there's a specific date we'll let you know about, and then everybody gets to the airport. When you arrive at the airport, we'll be there and the EPIK staff will be there, and what happens is you check in and you then head on the bus to the EPIK orientation. The EPIK orientation itself is usually about 8 or 9 days. Some are shorter, some are longer, but you go directly there. After you go to the orientation, then you're actually off to your specific school. That's pretty much the outline of the process and of what you can expect for dealing with EPIK. So great opportunity for anybody who wants to teach in public schools throughout Korea. Lots of jobs available, and as long as you do a good job of submitting everything on time, following the instructions that our staff gives you, then good chance that we'll be seeing you at the airport at the end of August.